Okay, so what is up, everybody in YouTube? Welcome back to Tubers Gaming. Once again, we are playing Farming Simulator 2017, as always, of course. You can see right here I'm standing right in front of the Fint 19490X, and that is because this is a mod. I know I did a video like this like three weeks ago. But since then we got some new mods and something, and I want to take a look on those. I only got the big mods right here, and of course there is also some playsables, and the playsable mods is of course these vehicle shelters. We got a medium vehicle shelter, we got small vehicle shelter, and we got a grain storage, and of course the charging station for the Leli 150. But that is something that I'm not gonna show right now because that is too big actually. And then I got some of the big equipment right here, just gonna run down the place, and then I'm gonna go back again and just talk about each of the equipment. So I only got the biggest of these. You can see there is a lot of wagons and equipment that you have to put on the tractor, and all the machines I got also. So I don't got like small stuff like this because that is not so interesting. So you can see in the misc right here we got these two right here. I didn't take them with today because there can't really be more mods right here at the parking lot. So with that said, I think that we should get into this and just take a look at it. I know that I talked about some of these lately, but I'm gonna do that again. So yeah. This is of course a forage wagon right here. This is the Mengele Gerant, and it is a small and old forage wagon. You can actually pick up forage with it, just picking up right here. Grass, you can pick up grass with it, and then it just puts it in the wagon. It's not going so well right now, but it puts it in the wagon right there. Then we got this Horse Titan 33 UV actually, which is a auger wagon. As you can see, there's a big pipe on the front of it right here, and some big wheels also. Good looking auger wagon right there, not so big, not as big as the biggest one, which if you saw that. So good looking wagon right there. I guess that's yeah, it's a good looking wagon. As you can see, only got one axle and two wheels, so it's not so big yet, but this is also a mod, of course. Everything right here is mods, and you have to download it to the game if you want to use it. So you have to go in the mod hub and actually download the stuff and then use it like that. So that is something that you definitely should go ahead and do. And yeah, so let's get wider, let's get going. We got this Homer right here. This is the Homer Exact, and this is something that you can use for harvesting sugar beets. I'm just gonna jump up to this and jump over to the auger wagon right there, and then you can actually see this little equipment right here. Good looking horse wagon, and you should do that for like potato harvesting or sugar beet harvesting. You can use this, so that is a great thing to do. You can put it on the big Homer. Actually, I remember something. I didn't take the Homer with me today, so I'm just gonna remove this right here, and then we should be able to place the Homer tractor right in there instead of this. So just gonna put it right here. Of course I will talk about it again, but in the tractor section right here we got the Homer. We also got the Curates. I almost forgot that. Just gonna buy that also. So let's see if we can remove that so we actually can get place for the Homer. That is my mistake again. No one makes some mistakes sometimes, but if we didn't make mistakes, what would this world actually be like? So let's get back here and let's put this, and we put narrow twin wheels on it just for fun actually. So now we got it in the game, as you can see. Okay, so let's going. This is also a auger wagon from Homer. You can see there's standing Homer Exact on it. It got the big pipe on the side right here, and you can use that to harvest anything that you want, wheat, barley, and so on. And then we got a front loader right here, which is the New Holland V170C. As you can see, good looking front loader. This is also a mod again, as you can see. and I think that you should actually be able to put something on the back of it. So let's see if we can put this little machine on it, which is actually a machine that is going to make straw also. So can we put it on? No, we can't. So let's get going with it. We got the Kuhn Primor 3570, which is also a little machine that collects bales and actually kind of push the bales out to straw. You can actually push it in through the feeding throw or where the animals is. You can get it to the cows and pigs. I talked about that in some of my earlier videos. On the side right here we got the Homer Exact once again. This is the Sundhammer Gülle technique. This is made for liquid manure. I used that in some of my older videos, so go ahead and take a look at that. You can put a little harrow on behind or cultivator on behind, and then it injects the manure down to the ground, fertilizing the ground. On the side right here we got this Retterstad Rapid 300C, good looking seeder. This is 3 meters wide, not so big, but still a good machine. On the back right here we got something that we got last weekend, which is, or I think it's 2 weekends ago, we got this Cranberry Kipper big body right here, and you can actually choose the color that you want on this. You can choose whatever you want in the color. I chose black because that is amazing, and you can see I got the same color on the Kirovets over here. This is the Kirovets, which is a Russian tractor that is actually made for military use, but since it was so big and so powerful, they actually also used it for farming over there. So this is also a good looking tractor right here. You can listen to the sound. Good looking black smoke, that is what we like. So let's get going with this, and you can see right here we got another wagon. This is the Fortuna Molten Tipper. Good looking green wagon right here, also a little bit big, but not as big as the big body right here, but a good looking wagon. And of course we got the Fliegel or Fliegel. Fliegel, I just call it Fliegel because I think that is what it's called. Good looking grey wagon right here, not so big, but you can actually use this for when you're harvesting in manure, not manure, but grass and so on. You can use this and just put the grass up there, and that's a great thing to do. Then we got the Homer tractor, which is the Homer Terrarian 600 Ego right there with the narrow twin wheels on. So this is looking a little bit strange with the twin wheels, and you can see it actually turns on both axles, so that's a great thing when you're gonna drive around and drive really sharp. So let's get out of that and get going with the next one, which is a little cultivator right here from Retterstad. This is the Retterstad Top Down 500. Good looking cultivator. I think this is like 4 or 5 meters wide, so not so big. And of course we got my first Ford Mustang right here, which is my most favorite mod in the game when it comes to cars and driving equipments. So this can go like 160 kilometers per hour. This is insane, man. It can go so quick. I didn't knew that, but it can actually go pretty quick. And then we got the balers, which is just a New Holland Big Baler 340, the same as the one that actually came in the game from the beginning. And then we got the New Holland Roll Belts 460 round baler right there, the same as was in the game from the beginning, as I said. And then we of course got these two houses. This is the biggest one, the biggest Fendt, which is also a mod of course, like anything else in this video. And this is the biggest one of them, and it is actually as big as the Massey Ferguson, and it is actually the same house, that just with a other color on it. Then we got the front loader right here, Taylor handler, New Holland, good looking Taylor handler right here, turning on both axles actually. And let's see if we can just take this harvester up right there. If we can't. Okay, so this is looking good. You can see I never used this actually. I only use the Manitow. So good looking telehandler right there. Then we got the small Fendt right here, Also a good looking harvester. I never tried this out, I only used the big harvester, but this is the same as the small Massey Ferguson which we got in the game. And yeah, also a good looking harvester overall. And of course we got the Krone Big X 1100, which is a foraged harvester. You can harvest corn with this, or you can harvest grass with it, so that's a great thing. I always use this when I have to harvest some corn because it is the biggest one, and you can get a 12 row header for it, so that's great, and that is actually a big thing to do. So use this when you're gonna harvest that, guys, if you have the money for it. And of course I talked about this, so I guess that I just talked about everything that we have right here, which is all the mods in the game right now. Of course only the biggest one of them, so let's get it over here. And let's see if we can stand it right there and jump up to this right here just to take a good look on all the tractors right there and so on. And as you can see right here, this is some of the biggest mods that we got in the game at the moment, and there will be coming mods every weekend. I just figured that out because I saw kind of like a pattern in it. They are always uploading mods every weekend, so that's a great thing, and I would like to thank the creators for doing that. So once again, this is Tubu's Gaming, and if you like this video, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. If you like all the mods and so on, leave that thumbs up. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and do that. That would be a great thing for me. And with that said, just go ahead and leave a comment down below, and I'll try to answer that whenever I can. And of course, Tubu's Gaming HD is actually going to turn off now, so see you guys next time. Bye.